My brother and sister, have you noticed a cat coming to you again and again? You might think it's just a coincidence, but what if it's a reminder you're meant to notice? In Islam, even small moments can awaken reflection, mercy, and gratitude. Stay with me, because this message may change how you see these quiet encounters and what they're teaching your heart. When a cat comes to you repeatedly, it can serve as a gentle reminder to slow down and become more aware of your surroundings and inner state. In our fast-paced lives, we often move on autopilot, rushing from one task to another without pausing to reflect. A calm, observant creature like a cat draws your attention to the present moment, quietly inviting you to pause and notice what you may be overlooking. Cats are naturally alert, patient, and aware of their environment. Their repeated presence can mirror a lesson for us to be mindful, observant, and intentional in our actions. Instead of reacting impulsively or living in constant distraction, this moment encourages reflection. How am I feeling? Am I rushing past important signs in my life? Am I neglecting rest, balance, or awareness? From an Islamic perspective, reflection, tatafakr, is highly encouraged. Allah repeatedly invites believers to observe, think, and reflect on His creation. Small encounters in daily life can become reminders to reconnect with consciousness and gratitude. Slowing down allows the heart to become softer and more receptive to guidance. This does not mean assigning superstition or hidden messages to animals, but rather taking the encounter as an opportunity for mindfulness. When you pause, breathe, and reflect, clarity often follows. Sometimes the reminder you need does not come through words, but through a quiet moment that asks you to be present, aware, and calm. When a cat comes to you repeatedly, it can be a quiet test of compassion and mercy. How you respond to a vulnerable creature, whether with kindness, patience, or indifference, often reflects the state of your heart. Islam places great emphasis on mercy toward all of Allah's creation, and animals are included in this divine care. Small moments of kindness can carry great weight. Cats are gentle and cautious by nature. If one approaches you again and again, it may sense safety in your presence. This becomes an opportunity to practice mercy without expecting anything in return. Offering food, water, or simply not causing harm are simple acts, yet they nurture empathy and humility within the soul. Islamic teachings remind us that compassion is not limited to humans alone. Being gentle with animals softens the heart, reduces arrogance, and increases awareness of Allah's mercy upon us. A person who shows care to a small creature learns to be patient, grateful, and mindful, qualities that strengthen faith and character. This encounter should not be seen as superstition or a mystical sign, but as a moral reminder. Life constantly presents moments where our character is tested quietly, without announcement. A cat returning to you may be one such moment, asking nothing but kindness. When you choose mercy in small matters, Allah places mercy in your heart for greater matters. These moments shape who we are, teaching us that true compassion begins with how we treat those who are weakest and most dependent on our care. When a cat comes to you repeatedly, it can serve as a subtle reminder of protection and comfort. Cats are naturally cautious creatures. They seek environments where they feel safe, calm, and unthreatened. Their return to you may reflect a sense of security they associate with your presence. This moment can encourage you to reflect on the role of peace and safety in your own life. In times of stress, uncertainty, or emotional fatigue, such encounters can feel soothing. Islam teaches that tranquility and reassurance come from Allah, often delivered through simple, everyday experiences. A quiet interaction with a gentle creature can ease anxiety, slow racing thoughts, and remind the heart that comfort does not always arrive in grand forms. Sometimes it comes softly, without words. Protection in Islam is not only physical but emotional and spiritual as well. Feeling calm in a moment may signal the importance of seeking refuge in Allah. turning to Him for inner safety and peace. Just as the cat seeks a safe space, the believer is reminded to seek comfort through prayer, remembrance, and trust in Allah. This reminder is not about attributing supernatural meaning to the animal itself, but about recognizing the lesson in the moment. Allah often places signs of comfort around us to ease our hearts. When you notice such moments, allow them to ground you, restore calm, and remind you that true protection comes from Allah, who grants peace to whom He wills. When a cat comes to you repeatedly, it can be an invitation to reflect on your inner state. Animals often respond to calmness, patience, and gentle behavior. Their presence can prompt you to pause and ask important questions about what you are carrying inside: stress, anger, peace, or gratitude. This moment encourages self-awareness rather than superstition. Islam places great importance on self-reflection, muhasabah. A believer is encouraged to regularly examine their intentions, actions, and emotional state. A quiet encounter like this can become a reminder to check the condition of the heart. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Have you been neglecting your emotional or spiritual well-being? Are you acting with patience and mercy in your daily life? When you slow down and reflect, you often uncover emotions that have been ignored. This awareness allows healing to begin. A calm inner state attracts clarity, while inner chaos often goes unnoticed until life forces a pause. Such moments remind you to realign your heart with remembrance of Allah, prayer, and gratitude. This reflection does not mean that the animal holds special power, but that the moment itself is meaningful. Allah invites people to reflect through countless ordinary experiences. By observing your reactions, whether you feel irritation, kindness, or calm, you learn about your inner balance. Use this invitation wisely. Let it guide you toward emotional honesty, spiritual awareness, and inner peace. A heart that reflects is a heart that grows closer to balance and guidance. When a cat comes to you repeatedly, it can be a gentle call to gratitude for small blessings that are often overlooked. In daily life, people tend to focus on what is missing rather than what is present. Simple moments, like an animal choosing to sit near you or approach you, can remind you that not all blessings come in dramatic forms. Many arrive quietly, asking only to be noticed. Islam teaches that gratitude is not limited to major achievements or answered prayers. Being thankful for small comforts, peaceful moments, and simple connections increases contentment and draws the heart closer to Allah. A brief interaction with a harmless creature can soften the heart and awaken appreciation for calm, safety, and the ability to show kindness. When gratitude becomes a habit, perspective changes. The heart becomes lighter, complaints decrease, and patience grows. Allah promises that those who are grateful will be given more, not always in quantity, but in peace, clarity, and satisfaction. Recognizing small blessings trains the soul to see Allah's mercy in everyday life. This moment is not about attributing meaning to the animal itself, but about recognizing the opportunity it presents. It invites you to pause, reflect, and say Alhamdulillah for the little things that make life gentler. By embracing gratitude in small moments, you strengthen your connection with Allah and develop a heart that remains content even during difficulty. Small blessings, when appreciated, often become the foundation for greater ones.